Hey kids, welcome back to our YouTube channel. This year we started with a very wonderful program titled Impact, and we had a very amazing time. We learned a lot and we were really impacted. So we decided that our wonderful family on YouTube should also experience the impact that we experienced, and we are going to be taking a little bit of the program to you about personal branding, and it was spoken by Dr. Victor Chuckwu. So listen and be blessed. The speaker, Dr. Victor talked about 7 ways that someone can build their brand, and the very first point was be clean, and that has to do with being, should I say, reputable on all platforms, both in real life and in your relationships. Do you have anything to add? Okay, so basically, also I feel like being clean, it doesn't only affect your relationships with man, but also your relationship with God. Because when you have, you are clean, you are righteous, you will not want to do what will offend God. And most of the times, when you don't do what will offend God, you are doing the right thing. Not most of the time, every time. So you are doing the right thing, and that makes you very reputable.
Was being consistent in who you are, consistent in what you're giving to people. Being consistent in the sense that, okay, just like in our academics now, for instance, they're always like, oh, for a medical student, you're supposed to read your book, be consistent in your reading activity so you can assimilate better and you can read more, cover much ground. So in what you're giving out, in what you are doing, be consistent in what you're doing, be totally involved in what you're doing. If you're a student, be consistent in your reading, in your studies. If you're a market woman or you're a business person, be consistent in what you're doing. And also be consistent in the sense that if you're for righteousness, let them know that, okay, this man is for God or this girl is for God. Don't be one that today you're serving God, today you're like, oh, God, this, and tomorrow you're like, so you're talking about something that's controversial to what is God. Like, let them know you for who you are. Don't be here today, here tomorrow, things like that.
So under consistency, it might, what you're doing might not be that big or that obvious, but as long as you're being consistent at that thing, over time you actually see the greatness and the results from your consistency.
Are you consistent? Is your message consistent? Is your mission consistent? Your manner, is it consistent? Do you post gospel today and tomorrow you post garbage? Do you post motivational talks today and tomorrow you are murmuring about the country? You have to be consistent. Avoid controversies. Avoid things, rumors that have not been checked. You don't have to be part of every discussion online.
Okay, so the third one was be competent. Be competent. It says the ability to do something successfully and efficiently. It's not just you say, okay, I want to do this thing, but I'm going to do it anyhow. Make sure that if you have something you're going to do it efficiently. The Bible says, whatsoever their hand findeth to do it with all their might. You put in efforts to do the best you can do in it. And you see that people could do it and they did it very well. I also can do it. Don't make yourself little and say, oh, I beg, I don't think I can achieve this too well. You also should put in effort to do it efficiently and effectively. The speaker also said that doing things successfully and efficiently is competence. It is good to have network with people who have good works, but make sure you have a net full of good works. That means you personally, you should not be empty. You cannot give what you don't have. That you have to be credible, and credibility means that someone that sees you online, that sees your business online, when they meet you in reality, should still see what they saw. You shouldn't be catfishing people. You have to be authentic with what you are doing online, and you have to be real. The values that you place online should be the same as the values that you place in reality. And fake is never sustainable.
Fake is never sustainable. Fake is never sustainable. So make sure you are not fake. Make sure you are not fake. The truth cannot be hidden for too long.
So the next point was on always being conscious of our time, conscious of the people around us, conscious of our audience, conscious of how you want it to go, what do you want to influence, what is your product prescribed to, what are you building your product for, what are you building your brand for, is it for the teenagers, is it for the young adults, is it for the children? You have to know, and you have to like have a goal or a motive or like an audience you're trying to face with your brand. And then also, generally, your time management should also be a thing, because you're not saying you're giving in hours into this particular aspect, and then the other aspect is going to like, okay, let's say for instance now you're a student and you're saying, okay, spiritual, okay. More like balancing your time also, because of your time that the Bible says that the time to everything there's a time and to everything, something like that. Yeah. So be aware of your time, be aware of people around, be aware of how realistic things as you go on.
To also mention a story of a woman who was online and she was using very vulgar language, and somebody corrected her and she still replied that person with vulgar language, only for her to find out that the person she replied was like one of the people on the board and everything. So she lost her job, and that was because she wasn't conscious of the fact that people are watching you, even though you might not be able to see them or be able to like affect, like people are watching you both for good and bad reasons, so you have to be conscious of how you act. Okay, so the next one is be committed to excellence. Like you should not you should not settle for less. Basically, don't say I know my brain, I know I cannot do this one, so let me just no. Be committed to excellence. If others can do it, you can do it. If you have God, you pray, you read, and you're dedicated. So like you don't settle for less and say, oh, I just want to do what I know I can do. I know my body, I cannot go as far as those people. No, excellence is based on exposure. Basically, he said that excellence is based on exposure. The way you expose yourself to things, like you read more, you research more, you become more excellent at the thing you are doing. You don't just say, I want to be the best at this thing, and you just sit and know. You have to go deep to how the people who were the best in it did it, the people who have done good before you, how they left their legacy and everything. So basically, he just told us that commitment to excellence is very necessary. We should never ever settle for less. As a young adult, as a teenager, as an adult, don't settle for less.
Okay, and based on the excellence, when you said the excellence is based on your exposure, he said that, for instance, my level of, okay, I want to like, what I have in mind to achieve might be somebody else's limit. Let me put it that way. Yeah. Like one person that might be looking at, okay, I want to become the owner of maybe mobile filling station, and then that person is like, no, I want to own Google or something like that. Mm-hmm. So your own, like depending on how much your level of exposure, like what you want, what you desire, will what's going to drive you into it, and what's going to be like your driving force into achieving that thing.
Seventh and the last point he gave to us is be Christ-centered. The Bible says that Christ is the author and finisher of our faith. Is the Alpha and Omega. It should be the beginning of your progress, your journey in life, and should be the end. Your center is the reason for everything, is your purpose and everything. So whatsoever you put your hands to do should be based on Christ. Concerning the Christ-centeredness is also like the fact that when you are following Christ, you do what is right. So you kind of cover up all these other points when you are Christ-centered.
Basically, the reason of our existence on earth is for Christ. Like there's no reason why you're living on earth if there's no Christ or something. So the reason why you should want to excel in the first place is why you want to build your brand, and everything that you're doing on earth should be focused on Christ, proclaiming, making the gospel spread wide, that encouraging people to come to Christ and showing who Christ is for real. So you should strive for excellence, because Christ himself excels in everything he does. God is like this God of success, he's not someone like you. So build your brand for Christ. So that okay, I'm standing for Christ. Always remember that I'm an ambassador of Christ here on earth. So I can build your brand, build it with Christ in you every time.
And as much as possible, let others see Christ even in your brand. Like they can be able to say that, wow, this is
a Christian and he's doing this very well, that kind of thing.
So thank you very much. He talked a lot of social media and building brands. So you should take note that building your brand is both in your social media. When someone comes and check you out how you are on social media, your brand is okay, you are okay. Physically, how you are is okay. Thank you for watching this video. This is just what we came here to tell you, that our families and our audience should experience this wonderful content that we experience. So please make sure you go and make an impact. Thank you very much. Bye. So listen and be blessed. How will you start? It's not you that will start. You start. Be clean. Okay, I'll start. Okay, we'll start.
The speaker talked about 7 ways that one can.
Oh yeah. First image of yourself online. Fake is Chuckwu. You said I was telling the wrong thing. You want to correct me. She just switch.
Am I supposed to tell you? I'm doing like this, so I just see.
You see, it's because I was not seeing. Okay.
3,
So
2, 1.